Hey everyone, welcome to day 19 of the 30-day beginner guitar series challenge. So yesterday I talked about major arpeggios and what you could do with those. Today we're going to talk about the minor arpeggios and how they're made and how to find them on the fretboard. So let's go right into those right here. How to make minor arpeggios. So you need a major, you need the root, you need the flatted third, and you need the perfect fifth to make a minor arpeggio. So let me just show you. For some reason not going back to my camera. There we go. Okay. So yesterday when I showed you how to play a C major arpeggio, you were on the 8th fret and then the 7th and 10th fret of the string below it. And that's how you made a C major arpeggio. So to make a minor arpeggio from a major arpeggio, it was 8, 7, 10 is the major, C major arpeggio. What you do, you flat the third, and the third is on the 7th fret. So flat just means go down 1 fret to the 6th fret and then the 10th fret. Here was the C major. Here's the C minor. And then, like I showed you yesterday, you could play it here as well. This is rooted on the 5th string, C major. And then just drop that finger that's on the 2nd fret to the 1st fret. And then you do the same thing at the 10th fret. That's C major. That third that's on the 9th, you want to drop that to the 8th fret. So you have C major, and then now C minor. So let me show you another way you could actually play a 3-note minor arpeggio. You could do on the low E string, you could do 5, 8, and then 7. So your first finger, 4th finger, and then your 3rd finger on the string below. And then go to the 12th fret on the A string and play 12, 15, and then right below that the 14th fret. Show you one more time. 5, 8, 7 on the A string, and then on the A string the 12th, the 15th, and the 14th on the D string. And then if you come over to the 4th string, you play the 7th fret, 10th fret, and then 9th fret on the G string. So it's 7 and 10 on the D, and then the 9th on the G string. See, I'm playing the same pattern. It's just the first time I was playing just 1 note on the low E, and then 1 note, and then 2 notes on the A string. Now I'm playing 2 notes on the A string, and then 1 note, so I'm switching it up. Again, hello to whoever just joined. Thanks for the like. So 12, 15, and then 14th on the D string, and then also you could do it here again. the 7th fret, the 10th fret, and then right below it with your 3rd finger, the 9th fret. So you have the same pattern but different strings. You can play it here too, up here, and this is just an octave of this. So if you want to know how to find that, if right now you have to count, just count 12 notes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Same note. You do that on any of these strings. You count 12 notes up, you'll hit the same note. F here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Same note. C, A, E, B, F, and the low E and the high E, so the thickest string and the highest string, they all have the same note. So once you learn the low E notes, you already know the high E string notes. You just got to learn the other 5 in between. There's also tricks to learning it quicker too. I won't do that in this lesson. I don't want to make it too difficult. I'll just make it simple, talking about the minor arpeggios. So a minor arpeggio and chord you could do. Let's just jump right back to that so you could see the graphic right there. How to make a minor arpeggio, A minor arpeggio. You got the root, that's the 7th fret, and then the 5th fret on the G and B string, and I'll go back and I'll show you that. So the D string is the 3rd string down from the low E, the thickest string, and then the 5th fret on the B and the G string, or the G and the B string. And then if you can, you could also play the high, oops, that was my fault. Gotta make sure you have your finger position right, otherwise you'll have that happen, you'll have it buzz. Right there, what I just did, I arpeggiated. I'm playing single notes. This is a chord, but if I do this, I'm playing an arpeggio. It's playing single notes of a chord. And then also you could play A minors in a bunch of different spots. So I'll show you the hard ones first. So the first one is A minor bar chord. This is the hardest for all beginners. What you're essentially doing, you're taking your first finger, you're barring it on all 6 strings, and then you're taking your 3rd finger, you're putting it on the A string. That's the string right below the thickest string, and then the pinky right below the 3rd finger. And that first finger is barring all 6 strings. And then you could do it if you are advanced enough where you can play an A minor bar chord. You could also play A minor here. You're playing the 12th fret. Then with your 3rd and 4th finger, you're playing the D string 14th, the G string 14th, the 13th fret with your 2nd finger, and then with the bar from the 5th fret to the 1st fret, you're using your 1st finger, and you have the 12th fret. That's another way of playing an A minor chord. And then the one I just showed you, you already know, I just showed you that. This one, this is rooted, called rooted. That's where the root note is. On the D string, the 4th fret. Then you have the A minor. This is what's called an open A minor. when you hear C major open chord, A minor open chord, what that means is that I or whoever is playing a chord where one of the strings, you're not putting your fingers on it, you're not fretting it. So like my fingers are on the second fret of the D, the second fret of the G, and the first fret of the B string. Those are fretted. Those aren't open. But the low A, or the A string rather, and the high E string, those are open strings because there's nothing fretted there. No fingers are there. So that's open. So that's an open chord. And just another example, here's a C major I talked about yesterday. That's a C major open chord because I'm playing that note is open and the third fret, which you can't see, but that note is open. I have no fingers on that. So just to reiterate, 5th fret and then 3rd and 7th fret, the first 3-note arpeggio, then the 12th fret and 10 and 14th on the string below it. Then we go to the 7th fret on the D, and then the 5th and the 9th on the string below that. And then you could do also the 10th fret and then the 8th fret and 12th fret on the high E string. You start learning this. This is why I keep telling you to start learning the notes on the fretboard. You see all the different places that you could play an A minor arpeggio, A minor chord. And you could do an A minor triad right here as well. That's also an A minor chord. It's the 14th fret of the G, 13th fret of the B, and 12th fret of the high E. And then an open arpeggio chord, arpeggio would be open A, then the 3rd fret, then the 2nd fret right below it, go back to the 3rd, and then open. You see how it has different sounds because depending on where you are playing it, it's either a lower sound or a higher sound. It's good for when you if you want to start playing solos or you want to start improvising with doing, different variations of chords. Or whatever you want to throw in there, hammer-ons, pull-offs to give it more spice and variety to your playing. So one more thing before I go, I'm going to show you what I want you to do. Let's go back here. Here's your challenge. Can you find all 3 notes? And those 2 shapes there, those notes are not in the right place. I don't want to give you the answer because I want you to at least find one A, C, and E. That's what's in an A minor chord. The notes A, C, and E. So at minimum, just find A, C, and E, one place on the fretboard. And then for a super challenge, see if you find more than one place. You can find A, C, and E, the arpeggios, and for the bonus, see if you can find arpeggios and also minor chords. Like, so if you find one arpeggio, don't find the chord in the same spot. Find the arpeggio and then find out where a chord is not in the same position of that arpeggio. Just to give you a little more variety, make things a little bit challenge for you. That's why it's called a challenge. So if you enjoyed this lesson today and live, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for anytime I go live. You get notified right away. And also, if you like my graphics and my background, I will send the link I'll put it in the description. So if you want to join the Art of Going Live, it's a great community. Lion is awesome. He teaches a lot of things, and see, my background looks really professional looking. So anyway, take care. Hope you guys have fun. Do that challenge, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 20. Take care. Rock on. Keep improving.